Number one, I think she's extremely talented. And, you know, she turned around yesterday and said her best friends are her dancers. She's a passionate performer. She cares about the people she works with. She adores her choreographer and director, Laurieann Gibson, who was one of our choreographers. And she adores these dancers, you know. But she isn't frightened to say what she doesn't like. And if she doesn't like the choreography, she'll say, I didn't really like that. But she was so articulate about it, it didn't feel as though she was insulting anybody.
You know, I didn't really get into it that much because I think everyone's incredible. Every choreographer on this show is amazing. Difficult show to do. I've done this show before. You don't have a lot of time. There's a lot of variables. So I think everyone's really super talented on this show, and every dancer is just unique and brings something special.
I was disappointed with the girls' solos. Very disappointed. I thought Caitlin's hair was a mess. Couldn't even see her face when she was dancing, which was terrible. And I didn't think that Jordan really did anything spectacular. So yeah, disappointed for a dance for your life routine, disappointed. I thought that Jess, of course, was going to do 96 pirouettes on a dime. But a tad came to life for me. You know, he was up the side, he was round, he was here, he was off, he was through the audience. And I thought he brings something special. And I love the fact that he is not a formally trained dancer, and we're giving an opportunity to people like that as well as the people that do train. Because even though he's not been to class, you know that that boy has worked and worked and worked.
Tad solo, yeah, I think for the first time we've seen a completely different number. You know, some of his numbers have been similar. We were wondering where he was going when he went over to the, you know, the scaffolding of lights. We were like, what is he doing? And he pulled it off. It looked fantastic, and it was quite different than his other solo. So I think he really brought it. I think he really brought it tonight when he needed to. Jess's solo was absolutely amazing. We loved both of the guys' solo. However, the solo that Jess gave us is the solo that we've seen many times over, and the solo that he did when he auditioned. So because Tad kept growing and showing us a different side of him, that's how he edged out Jess tonight. But we both think the world of both of them.
But you know, you're at this point with all these great dancers, these 8 great dancers, you know, none of them deserve to go home. None of them, because they're all at the same level, really. They're all at the highest you can go. And Jess has a huge career in the theater, ballet, wherever he wants. He's amazingly talented. And to watch him grow up, you know, as a young kid on Broadway and see what he's accomplished, it's pretty amazing.
Jess is one of the strongest dancers up on that stage. I do think that you know, the America's favorite comes into play, so it's not really all about the talent. It's about popularity, it's about likability. There's so many factors that come into it, so. But he's a brilliant dancer, magnificent, hands down. Just being really passionate about it, you know, because the passion comes across to whoever's watching. The truth, you know, the audience, they know the truth. And, you know, I'll say, you know, one of my, he's Rob Marshall. He's just, I learned so much from him. I'm so glad he's here. He's a real, true inspiration. I mean, you know, when I'm working, I always keep him in mind. He's one of the voices I have in my mind when I'm working, because I'll never forget how he treated his dancers and how he does. And it comes from the human spirit. He is a top of the line class act. That is the way it's done. He is the way it's done.
That's what I see first. I see that even before I see the technique. I see how they approach it as a character, as an actor, as a person. And that's what always moves me when I'm watching dance. Much more than the technique, which they all have incredibly, but it's that other thing, what they bring. That's how you get better, you know. It becomes more than just the steps. It becomes more about what you're feeling as you dance and expressing that. I think that's that to me is what makes, it's like good singing. Not just the notes, it's what you bring to it.